makes it a favorable opponent on paper, but Coors Field's a great place to get right on the offensive side, as both of you guys know, Jerry. The Dodgers averaged 7 runs a game there in their 4-game series earlier this season, so maybe this is a good time and a good place for the struggling offense to be.
Stepping in that batter's box, you see how spacious that ballpark is.
A lot of hits out there.
A lot of hits, a lot of outfield grass, and EK really kind of touched on it. 9th in baseball in home runs, but #1 in batting average and getting hits. So hopefully this team throws about 15, 18, possibly 20 hits tonight.
And just take it personal. Care how big the outfield is, get your foot down, man, and win at bats. That's what David Roberts is saying. Take the matchup personal. Put yourself in hitter-friendly count. 2-1. 0-1. Stick to your game plan. And if you get the pitch that you want, be on time. I have not seen any foul balls over the third base dugout.
Ooh.
You know what I mean by that.
Get the head out.
Get the head out and swing it, man, and do damage. You can scare a pitcher to knock those strikes when you do damage like that.
Did I to scare you?
Some guys did. I'm sure it wasn't Jay here. Dodgers and Rockies, first of 3. Steven and EK. Take it away, guys.
Thank you, John. Time for the quickest road trip of the season for the Dodgers. A 3-game series here in Denver. Dodgers and Rockies at Coors Field. A beautiful night for baseball and a great night for the Dodgers to turn things around. Next to Eric Karros with Kirsten Watson, I am Steven Ellison. But, EK, this is a big get-right 3-game set for the Dodgers.
Yeah, a lot of discussion about the Dodgers and the offense, and this is a good opportunity to come here, face some of the pitchers that they're going to face, hit in this environment. Sure, it may not be the home run hitting place, but it's an opportunity to get the average right, to get the hits right, and feel good about yourself offensively.
Dodgers not coming off just one bad series. It's been a bad stretch, and Dave Roberts had some pointed comments about the unit after the series finale against the Brewers, Kirsten.
Yeah, Steven, he did, because if you look at the offensive numbers for the group since the end of July, they're only averaging about 3 runs per game. Like, he's even shared that the walk rate is down, the the strikeouts are up. And last night when he spoke to the media, he said that it's been a long time since he's seen the offense be consistent. Right now, they're not winning the 2-1 pitches, they're chasing, they're not winning the 3-2 count, they're not taking the walk. So for him, it's about getting back to the plan of attack and their approach against the pitching. So he does want to see that being the focus for the group today, for them to get back on track. So it's not only just in the big moments for the offense, but that's not just the focus for him. It's also defensively. Yesterday against the Brewers, the team had 2 errors, potentially even it could have been 3. And even if you look at just the last game since July 6th, they have 25 errors. That's some of the most in Major League Baseball. So Dave Roberts was saying it's about cleaning things up offensively as well as defensively.
Well, if you want to see some offense, Coors Field typically a good setting for that. Also, good setting for weirdness. This can be a house of horrors with some wackiness in terms of baseball, but the Dodgers have put up runs here, especially this season, averaging 7 runs a game when they visited here. It's not a fun place for pitchers, though. Blake Snell, he did give Dodger fans some fun in his last outing.
Yeah, he had a great outing against the Royals. He's looking to do the same, and he should do the same. This is an offense in Colorado that likes to chase a lot. They like to swing. A lot of their left-handed hitters are the ones that lead the offense. Hunter Goodman, not in the lineup. Kyle Karros, not in the lineup. Blake Snell should have his way with this team, should go out and throw well. The only thing that I'm a little worried about, remember his comments about Salt Lake, and it's tough to pitch there, and his curveball wasn't breaking. That's going to be his biggest challenge tonight, the environment.
Also a young, scrappy, and hungry Rockies team. Yes, a last-place team, but the game doesn't care about the standings. First pitch from Coors Field to Shohei Ohtani comes up next on Sportsnet LA.
Our newest fat burner, Thermo X, absolutely free.
Dodgers and Rockies just moments away. Blake Snell getting his 2nd start since coming off the IL D-train. He struck out 10 in his return against the Royals last week. He looked dominant, said he still had gas in the tank. What are you hoping to see in the altitude of Colorado?
Fastball command and that nasty changeup. We'll see if he's able to get to that breaking ball and get chased at the top, bottom of the zone. But I want to see that changeup fastball combination and really get some early contact in the counts.
Be efficient. Hopefully gives us 6, possibly 7 innings tonight.
And hopefully, Jay, here, the offense get some runs for Snellzilla in Colorado. Shohei will lead it off coming up after the break.
Quickly, this quick road trip, 3 games against the Rockies, back home for 3 against the Pirates, and then another lengthy road trip. The Dodgers have lost 11 the last 16 games, and offense has been the biggest issue. Offense is never an issue when Shohei Ohtani comes to Denver, Colorado. In his Dodgers career at Coors Field, hitting close to 400 with an OPS above 1,200.
Yeah, absolutely excited when he comes to this ballpark. As you mentioned, it's not just the home runs, it's hitting balls all over the park. Again, whenever he sees that Rocky uniform, he gets turned on.
He's got a 20-game on-base streak here in this ballpark, EK. So, yeah, the blood is flowing, I would say, as he leads off the top of the Dodger lineup, presented by your SoCal Helpful Honda dealers. Freddie Freeman will bat second at first base. Andy Pages patrolling center behind them. Max Muncy will clean up at third. Mookie Betts bats fifth at short. Kyle Tucker in right field and on the road. And the final three of the Dodger order, Tommy Edman at second. Teoscar Hernandez in left. Hunter Fiducia doing the catching of Blake Snell. Matchup, Ohtani facing Tomoyuki Sugano, against whom he's got incredible numbers, not just in the major leagues as you see here, but also in their NPB matchup.
Yeah, one of the things that I've noticed in those at-bats, so he always challenges Shohei. I mean, it's not try and pitch around him. He's going to go right after him. It's almost a, it's a pride thing going back to the Japan days, right?
1,000%, EK. Sugano has intimated as much when he's talked to the media over the years, is that if he did not challenge Ohtani, he would hear about it.
Yeah, I mean, and it makes all the sense in the world.
We're still waiting for Sugano and the Rockies to take the field. As most Dodger fans know, when you watch a Dodger game on the road at Coors Field, it never starts on time. So really the 6:40 local time, it's just a suggestion. It's not really a hard line. And here comes Sugano for his 22nd start, coming off a victory last Tuesday in Arizona. And Sugano, as we talked about in the pregame show with John Hartzog and the fellas, he's basically win day for the Rockies. The starting staff has been generally abysmal, but when Sugano starts, they have won 12 of his 21 entering tonight.
Yeah, one of the things Sugano has done pitching for these Rockies, he's kept them in ball games. He gives up home runs, yes, but a lot of them are just solo shots. Doesn't get behind too much. He's going to throw a lot of strikes. He's going to challenge you. He's going to make you put the ball in play. Loves the splitter. That is the out pitch. The four-seamer, he has to locate. Sinker, it's hit a little bit. But again, he's going to force you to get yourself out.
The home run ball is something that has bitten him throughout his big league career. He gave up 33 last season with the Orioles and already 24 this year with the Rockies. And yet, this is a guy who's tied for fourth in wins despite having the 11th worst ERA, the second worst home run per nine rate, and the worst strikeout K per nine rate in all the National League.
Man, way to build a guy up. He's got to feel great about himself right now, doesn't he?
It's just an interesting case study because after last year giving up 33 home runs with Baltimore, he thought, Sugano at Coors Field with the Rockies, that sounds like a disaster, but he's actually been better here.
So, you know what's interesting, too, is so a lot of those numbers, yes, they're telling. There's some good. There's some you wonder, how the heck does he have it? This guy, though, competes every single time, and it doesn't matter if balls are flying in the seats or if he's getting people out. It's the same demeanor all the time.
In his last start, case in point, he gave up 2 solo home runs in the very first inning, but just through the next 5,
Arizona, right?
3 total base runners.
Yeah.
So he's not rattled by the long ball. Fans trying to race down the aisles to get to their seats. Sugano against Ohtani. Ohtani likes to ambush. Good matchup. You don't want to miss this. Swing and a miss. We're underway here in Denver. Shohei batting just .205 in his last 10 games. .289 on the year. Sugano's 0-1. On the ground, fair just inside the first base line. Run field to Sugano and 1 out. Now another Dodger who is slumping of late, but loves coming to Coors Field, Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, it's uncharacteristic, right? He's got hits, but he's not driving the ball. And yes, he has struggled as of late, not even getting those hits. You know, for Freddie, though, it's just continuing to do the same thing every day. Grind, grind, grind. I mean, that batting stance has looked the same since he was in high school.
Take strike one from Sugano. Well, perhaps looking up at the video board and seeing his season average dip below 300 is just the motivation for him. Now at 298 after an 0 for 11 series against the Brewers. Pinpoint on the inside corner, 2 strikes.
4 pitches so far by Sugano, all of those strikes.
And the odd thing for Freeman of late, when he's gotten the hits, it's been singles, a career-long extra base hit drought of 18 games. The last time he had an extra base hit was July 26th. Has not homered since the 4th of July. Two and two.
Well, one of the reasons too, you know, for the lack of power, the lack of slug, he's trying to get base hits, so he's expanding his zone. He's trying to hit those pitches that are right on the edge. Those are tough to slug.
With the count square, here's Sugano. Sliced foul. And that's been part of the message delivered from the Dodger coaching staff to the Dodger hitters. As you talk about Freeman maybe expanding a little bit more, chasing a little bit more, getting back to Dodger baseball, get the pitcher in the zone and do your damage there. Another 2-2. Bouncing ball right side, fielded at second by and it's Connor Norby, I beg your pardon. 2 away. First pitch to Andy Pages. Grounded to third, gobbled up by Castro. And the Dodgers go down on 9 pitches against Sugano on the top of the first. That brings us to Blake Snell when we come back on Sportsnet LA. The talented rookie taking over in center field for the now traded Brenton Doyle. Willie Castro will clean up at third. Thank goodness no Kyle Karros in this series because he crushed his dad's team. And then it's TJ Rumfield at first, Connor Norby at second, Adael Amador the DH, and Brett Sullivan catching. Rounding things out, Ezekiel Tovar the shortstop. Third start of the season for Blake Snell, trying to provide an encore performance for what we saw on Tuesday against the Royals. His first pitch sliced down the left field line and it fades foul for strike one. Teoscar Hernandez getting some early steps in.
You see what Snell did against the Royals. He absolutely dominated in that ball game. Was a lot of 4-seam fastballs. You see that curveball unhittable. 0 for 8. 4-seamer was dominant as well. This team a better offensive team than Kansas City, a much better offensive team. The Rockies will go out there, they'll swing the bat, they'll chase. So Snell is outside of the strike zone. I think he's going to be fine. But if he leaves balls over the plate, it's going to be a tough one.
2 strikes on McCarthy. In total 6 innings against the Royals, just 1 earned run, 3 hits, none of them particularly hard, only 1 walk in 10 strikeouts. Got 15 whiffs, 21 chases through just 84 pitches. The 0-2 spoiled by McCarthy. There's the curveball, which is just such a weapon from the left-hander.
Yeah, I mean that pitch from him, you neutralize the opposing offense. And he mentioned, you know, in his rehab start in Salt Lake, he said he had no feel for the curveball. It wasn't breaking like it should. And so this environment should be similar.
Yeah, the elevation's 1,000 feet higher here in Denver. The exact quote was, the curveball turns into a changeup. The changeup is basically a slider. Like, I don't really know what I'm throwing. Ground ball to Freddie Freeman on the backhand. Snell covering the bag, the foot race, and he wins it. And McCarthy's got speed, so that's a lot easier said than done. Well, smiles for Snell after out number 1.
Yeah, the big man picking him up and putting him down. He didn't think that he was going to beat McCarthy over there, but just does. Going to take his time getting back to the mound. He's got to catch his breath, not only hustling over there, but you mix in the altitude. That wasn't just a light jog over there. That was an all-out sprint for Snellzilla there.
Now Jordan Beck takes strike 1. And another strike. 0-2 ahead of the first 2 Rocky hitters for Snell. Got him swinging. Chased a curve in the dirt.
That's what you're going to see a lot of tonight with this Rocky ball club. You see Snell going well out of the zone, bouncing this. Right-hander Beck cannot hold up.
1 strikeout down, 6 to go. You get 7 total and get you a free Jumbo Jack tomorrow in Los Angeles after the purchase of a large drink. On the switch hitting Cole Carrick, center fielder bounces it right back to Snell. That is a tidy and quick first inning. Matches Sugano with 9 pitches to get the 3 outs. The Performance Spotlight is sponsored by your Southern California Nissan dealers. Max Muncy at Coors Field this year, 10 for 17, a double, 4 home runs. And he leads off the 2nd inning for the Dodgers here tonight.
I remember one of those games here. It was freezing. It was ice, and I didn't even know if they were going to play the ball game. And you know, he was just talking about, I don't know if I want it. And he goes deep. I mean, it was like, thank goodness we played this game.
Yeah, that was before the opener. Temperatures were freezing. There was snow. They had to plow the field, and everyone's like, well, Max Muncy is going to be the most miserable Dodger.
Right.
And he had 2 home runs. And then here today, temperatures in the 90s. Very on brand for Denver. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike. Now Sugano in that first inning, EK, he got 3 outs on 3 different pitch types.
Yeah, you see the fastball, the sinker, and the splitter. Again, he's been around the zone, and he's going to be all evening.
Oop. Yanks the splitter inside, ball 3 for Muncy. Small sample size, but Max has seemingly seen the Rockies started well. 2 for 4 with a home run and a double. They had 3-1. A leadoff walk. When Muncy takes first base, we'll listen to this from Carl's Jr.
Yeah! Carl's Jr. is saving you big with a $5.99 maxed out double spicy chicken sandwich.
Now Mookie Betts. Had a great series against Kansas City, 6 for 11, 4 extra base hits. Then got a day off after going deep back-to-back games to start the Brewers series, and he couldn't get the ball rolling again. He finished 2 for 13. But even still, batting .333 the last 11 games. Looking for more consistency, not as much feast versus famine. 1-1.
Sagano just hasn't been able to find the plate these first 2 hitters. You know, one of the Cardinals' sins in this ballpark: walks and errors. You just cannot give the other team outs, and you cannot give them free passes.
On a 2-1. Betts hits one on the screws into the left center field gap. It splits the outfielders and gets all the way to the wall. Muncy's going to chug around from first. Won't be a relay. RBI double for Mookie Betts, and the Dodgers take the first lead.
Mookie jumped on a cutter right there and absolutely laced that thing 105, and neither of the outfielders had any opportunity to cut that ball off. It was hit so hard. Pitch down in the zone. Again, Sugano's not going to throw many pitches that you're going to swing and miss. And you couple that with Mookie's elite ability on balls in the zone. But I just mentioned it. You cannot walk guys. And the hits are going to come, the home runs, but things that you can control, walks and fielding, you cannot give away.
That brings up Kyle Tucker. Ball 1. So Sugano sent Ohtani, Freeman, and Pages down in order on 9 pitches in the first. He's already thrown 10 pitches in the second and has yet to record a single out.
We mentioned those 10 pitches, 7 of them have been balls.
(2-0) for Tucker. Hitless in his last 6 games, 0 for 19 in a wretched homestand. And you see the drastic home road splits. The worst home OPS plus in baseball, park adjusted being 100, is at 55 at home. You see regular OPS 558. Popped up, third base, foul territory. Castro makes the catch. An unproductive out as Betts has to stay on second base.
So that's going to drive him nuts, not only because it's a pop-up to third, but it's a 2-0 count. 2-0 count against a guy like Sugano. Fastball right there. Not going to overpower you. Again, that's also Tucker just he trying to make it happen. I mean, it's so between his ears. It's amazing.
Now Tommy Edman. 1-0 Dodgers in the second. 1 out and a runner on. It's kind of like quicksand, EK. The harder you fight to get out of it, the deeper you're going to sink, and that's what's happening to Tucker really in all aspects of his game.
Yeah, he hasn't. It just kind of filters, just the whole thing. I mean, you can be standing out there in the outfielder and just wondering, you know, it's that old talking heads. You know, how did I get here? Right? You can't believe that you're in this spot. And so you can sit and you can continue to wonder, or you can. It's not acceptable, and you can just, you know, you can compete and you can fight. And you know, everybody's different, and what you would do is different than somebody else, and you know, he's just got to find what works for him.
2 balls and a strike on Edman. The pitch. Fouled off of Sullivan. The count evens up. Edman has been pretty good, really good with runners in scoring position with men on base. Hitting .302 this year with RISP. Trying to come through once again. switch hitter known for his slug, batting from the right side. He's got a better batting average this year hitting as a lefty. Do it again.
Really is amazing when you look at, this ball club, this lineup, and specifically Tommy Edman. I mean, he's hitting 7th. The other day he was hitting 3rd. He hits second. I mean, you can put him anywhere. And this is a star-studded lineup.
He's hit in all 9 spots of the order.
Yeah.
Already this year. Huge chess piece for this club. Still 2-2. Here's Sugano. And he gets Edman to go fishing on a slider downstairs.
Looks like a strike. Ends up out of the zone, and Tommy can't hold up. This ball bounces as well.
So it'll be up to Teoscar Hernandez to continue the 2nd inning. Had a hit in each of the 4 games against Milwaukee. Let's go downstairs to Kirsten Watson.
Thanks, Stephen. Well, I had the chance to talk to Teoscar this afternoon about that 4-game hit streak and how he's feeling at the plate. And he said this week was a good step in the right direction for him. He's still looking to get back on track, especially against righties, and to see a little bit more consistency. But he was pleased with the result, and so now it's just finding a way to continue to build on that.
All right, Kirsten, he fouls back, strike 2. Oh, and almost bounced back and hit him. He has no idea.
That's the beauty.
Yes.
That's the beauty of Teo, right?
Yeah, Dave Roberts was telling us before today, his superpower is his ability to not sweat the small stuff. Take last year in the postseason against Philly, that misplay in right field that led to 3 Phillies runs. If he's continuing to think about that, he doesn't hit the go-ahead 3-run homer later in the ball game. And so this year, which has been filled with offensive struggle, just sticks to his process. Pinpoint breaking ball in the outside corner. Pitcher's pitch for Sugano. Back-to-back Ks to strand Betts, but Mookie drove in Muncy, so a 1-0 lead for Blake Snell.
Dodgers fans, vote for the Cookies and Cream Cold Brew. Fill in your Ballpark Bites bracket for a chance to win tickets to try these bites in stadium. Vote at MLB.com/bracket.
Blake Snell working with the lead, 1-0 thanks to an RBI double from Mookie Betts. Starts off Willie Castro with a strike. First 9 pitches of the first inning, Snell threw 5 curveballs and got 2 of the 3 outs on that pitch. Castro been one of the more productive Rocky hitters consistently throughout this year.
He's another one, though, that will chase, as evident by that swing at that pitch right there. He's allowed this Rockies ball club to move guys around. He's a utility guy. He was an all-star a few years ago with the Twins. But you take a look. 9th worst chase rate. I'm sure Blake has read about that. Got to believe he'll bounce another.
Fastball north of the zone, fouled back, still 1-2.
But you see Snell, that one, he bounced the curveball prior, he got a swing. He goes a fastball up out of the zone, he gets a swing.
Did he? Yes, he did.
And you go curveball, bounce it out of the zone, you get a swing. I mean, that's one of the things that, the Dodgers, as they watch this Rocky offense throughout this series, I mean, it's not about how to get them out. It's just execute the plan. If you can execute the plan, you will be successful.
Rumfield rolls the first pitch to Freeman. Quickly 2 outs. 5 Rocky hitters, 5 first pitch strikes. That continues a trend we saw against Kansas City, EK. Just filling it up, getting ahead. He was 17 for 22 in first pitch strikes.
And that's one of the things, too, Snell. He's getting the first pitch strikes, and he's not leaving it over the big part of the plate. So it's soft contact or a foul ball or a strike. And it's one of those things that, again, if he can get ahead, he's diabolical. And here we go.
Ahead of Connor Norby, who fouls away a heater. Snell was above league average in first pitch strikes last year, so not a huge surprise, but the percentage in his last outing was off the charts. 0-2.
And in this situation, too, Snell ahead 0-2. Norby about a 57% strikeout rate when he gets 2 strikes on him. And he's yet to see the curveball.
Got another fastball, grounds it to Edman. 6 up, 6 down against Snell. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Amazon. Spend less on your kids for back to school. And by your Southern California Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Hunter Fiducia leading off the 3rd inning. Be followed by Ohtani and Freeman. Fiducia with hits in 6 of his last 9 games, hitting .316 in that stretch. This one in the air, right of center field. Carrick has a read, drifting back toward the track. Plenty of room for out number 1. Back to Shohei, who's 0 for 1. Grounded out leading off the game. Sugano's 1-0 pitch. Grounded to the right side. Kicked away by Norby, and Ohtani's aboard.
Score that probably is a hit, right? Ball came off the bat at 94 miles an hour. It doesn't constitute a hard hit, but in a good spot where Norby was unable to make the play and not going to throw out Shohei.
Now Freeman for a second time. You know, last year the Dodgers had the best home offense in baseball, but this year they've had some real pillars of their order struggle when playing at Dodger Stadium, and Freddie Freeman is among those hitters. Now the split's not as dramatically pronounced as Kyle Tucker's, for example, or comparison, but Freddie hitting .268 at home, .329 on the road. 1-2. And the OPS .711 back at home, .958 away from Dodger Stadium. 30 of his 43 extra base hits on the season have come during road trips. 1 on, 1 out in the third. 1-0 Dodgers, and a 1-2 pitch coming to Freddie Freeman. Holds up.
A little bit of Juan Soto in there too afterwards, huh? A little.
There's a base hit. Ohtani's going to go from first to third. Back-to-back singles atop the order.
That ball came off the bat at just under 80 miles an hour, so 2 balls that don't constitute hard hits, but the Dodgers find themselves first and third. Shohei looked great. I mean, running around second base. I mean, he was long striding it. You take a look at that. He is just, I mean, that is just smooth. It's good to see.
And a chance for the Dodgers to step up with some situational hitting. First and third, 1 out, Andy Pages.
When you're just looking for something up in the zone, think right center. You know, Andy right now looking for something out over the plate. Sugano's going to try and throw something down and away. So look away, but make sure he gets it up.
2 balls, no strikes. Has been one of the more clutch hitters for the Dodgers. .327 with runners in scoring position. There's a base hit to center field. 3 straight singles to double the Dodger lead.
That's really a nice at-bat by Andy. It's easy to get aggressive up there. You've got an RBI situation, a runner on third. He takes 2 pitches low and away for the first 2. Sugano trying to go outside again on that 2-0 pitch, but Andy waits him out. He makes a mistake, leaves it up in the zone. Andy does the job. That is a great job of hitting. That's what Dave Roberts was talking about prior, about good at-bats, have a plan.
Muncy looking to ambush, got a splitter instead. Strike 1.
First pitch strike, that has eluded Sugano since the first inning where he was 3 for 3. He had been 2 for 9 since, now 3 for 10.
Back-to-back splits. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Muncy walked leading off the second. And Betts brought him in with an RBI double. Now 2-0 LA. Top of the order, keeping things rolling in the third. First and second, 1 out. The 0-2. 3 straight splits. The Rockies were clearly charting the last road trip, where Muncy saw basically exclusively off speed. Split's also been a good pitch for Sugano. Does he do 4 in a row? Let's see. He tried the 4-seamer, missed away.
Has an opportunity to come right back with that now. Speed max up a little bit. Go with that splitter right here.
Here comes the 1-2. Trying to curve.
I mean, you can tell though, you know, where is he trying to go? Where does he want to get Max out? It's that arm side low. And if you're Max, you got to keep looking out there. He's not going to beat. He shouldn't beat you inside on a fastball. Doesn't throw hard enough. If you're Max, you can just look away, hope he leaves something up.
Jammed and fouled away.
And see, that's the thing. You're not going to get beat there. I mean, Max clearly looking away and ran it in, but still strong enough to earn himself another pitch.
Another 2-2. And we're full. Now Sugano with a 9-pitch first inning, and the Dodgers already have him on the doorstep of 50 pitches with 1 out in the 3rd.
Yeah, just in this at bat, he had Max 0-2, and now coming up on the 8th pitch.
The payoff. And Muncy gets into one. Deep right field and into the second deck. Mile High Muncy at it again.
Doing much. Tried to throw that sinker, and if they were trying to go in, it went right down the middle of the plate, center cut. He had got in on the previous one, but Max was strong enough to fight it off. Gets that one. Just didn't know if that was going to go to the 3rd deck or not.
Strike one to Mookie Betts. Max Muncy's 5th home run at Coors Field this season. And it's now a 5-0 Dodger lead.
Sullivan wants that pitch in. Just leaves it out over the plate. The minute he hit that ball, Sullivan, the catcher's looking the other way.
Two and one for Mookie.
We said at the beginning of this show, though, Sugano was just the type of guy that the Dodgers needed to face. Not overpowering stuff, is going to be around the strike zone. Dodgers just needed to be disciplined enough to wait for their pitch.
Now the 1 out in this inning, Hunter Fiducia hit one to deep center field. The next 4 reached and scored. Mookie did Sugano a favor there. Did the Dodgers a favor here.
Okay, he drives this ball into the gap. This is after a walk to Max Muncy. Mookie made him pay.
On 3-2. Mookie skies one to center. Out number 2. Second trip to the plate for Kyle Tucker. Popped out in his first at bat. It's ahead 2-0. Got a splitter. Sugano starts with a cutter, which is the pitch that has been hit hard tonight. The Dodgers 3 for 3 against that pitch. All right, 2-0 again. So what adjustment are you thinking to make if you're Tucker, or are you trying to clear your mind totally?
No, I'm just, all I'm trying to do is see a ball up in the zone. That's it. I'm not thinking about what's gone on the last few months, what went on last at bat. I'm seeing a fastball up.
That's a fastball down, 3-0.
And I'm removing everything from my mind right now, and I'm in automatic take. I'm not even thinking about anything right now, except I'm statuing right here, boys.
3-0. Takes the green light and pops it up. That ends the third inning, but a crooked number for the Dodgers. The exclamation point, Max Muncy's 461-footer. Max Muncy with the longest Dodger home run of the season, 461 feet. Part of a 4-run inning for the Dodgers, and now a 5-0 lead for Blake Snell. 7, 8, and 9 to the plate for Colorado. Amador, Sullivan, and Tovar.
Snell, that's his third ball that he's thrown so far in this ball game. 19 pitches, but also 8 of those 8 pitches have been out of the zone that the Rockies have chased. So again, it's not like he's peppering up the strike zone. That's a nice pitch, but he is utilizing this aggressive Rocky team against themselves.
Trying to see how far he can bounce it in front of the plate. Yeah. Before the Rockies start chasing.
Amador walked twice the other day. Yesterday, he hit a home run as well. It's the first time, granted, he doesn't have a ton of time in the big leagues, but first time he's ever walked twice in the big leagues in a game.
Doesn't offer it. Another curve in the dirt. Full count. Back-to-back starts for Amador. He's 23 years old. He was a top prospect of the organization just a couple years ago. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Snell thought that was in. Was told it's not. And here's a word from Kia. Tough leadoff walk after being ahead of Amador 1-2. He's asking Mark Ripperger, the home plate umpire, was that up? He was told it was out. And Brett Sullivan takes a strike. How about the efficiency we have seen from Snell in the last start in a quarter here? 8 innings on 102 pitches, the 6 against Kansas City and the first 2 tonight.
Well, no question too that you looked at the Dodgers, looked at the schedule, and it's been a nice landing for Blake. You get to face the Royals, not a great hitting team, right? And then now you face the Rockies, who are predominantly left-handed. Some of their right-handed hitters, out with injury. So he definitely has a runway for him to gain some momentum.
It's falling behind Sullivan, 3 balls and a strike. Sullivan, like Amador, went deep yesterday, continuing a recent power surge for the backup catcher.
Sullivan did him a favor right there. That pitch a couple inches out of the zone.
He's got a piece of a curve, and so too did Ripperger.
I mean, that thing didn't break all that much, almost like a backup curveball. Said it. Got the home plate umpire right there.
Back-to-back full counts starting this third inning. 13th pitch, another 3-2. Another foul ball. Another one fouled back.
Coming up on the 9th pitch, and Sullivan just continuing to get a piece of these, whether the curveball or the last couple fastballs.
Back-to-back walks at the bottom of the order.
Yeah, I mean, Blake just can't do that. You're at the bottom of the lineup, and you've got a 5-run lead. And, you know, we talk about it, this ballpark, 2 things. Cannot give away outs. Cannot give away outs, and you cannot walk guys.
Now the number 9 hitter, the shortstop, Ezekiel Tovar.
And he swings at everything. I mean, if you walk him, boy, you're doing something.
Surprised Tovar took a first pitch fastball.
No, you figured Snell had been wild. Just walk 2 guys. But you're right. I mean, Tovar's up there swinging.
First and second, no outs, 5-0 Dodgers in the third.
Again, we mentioned coming into this inning, Snell had only thrown 2 balls in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, 16 for 18 strikes. It was 6 up, 6 down. Shake himself, talk himself back into rhythm. Swing and a miss. Even count, 2-2.
Great location by Blake right there, right on the edge. 97. Bounce a curveball right here if he wants.
Airmailed a heater. 3 straight full counts. Twenty pitches already in this third inning. No outs recorded. He's walked him loaded.
Well, we gotta get a mound. Yeah, here we go. I was gonna say, if you're walking Tovar, he swings at everything. You just walked 3 hitters in this Rockies lineup. They don't walk. And he's you know, completely lost his command, especially after those first 2 innings. You know what he did? He'd only thrown 2 balls, but he got 8 chases, pitches that the Rockies offered that were out of the zone. So you look at the underlying things, he has not been able to find the strike zone at all this evening. And this is with a 5-run lead.
Yeah, high on the can't happen scale. Let's listen to this word from Jack in the Box.
Don't get FOMO. Get my Philly-style bonus jack combos and new Philly Munchie Meal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
You say it can't happen, but baseball, sometimes it does happen. Now, how does he respond facing the top of the order? Bases loaded, nobody out. Swing and a miss. Strike one on McCarthy. Oh, and 2. Slider spoiled to do it again. 16th time in Snell's career he's walked at least 3 in 1 inning. The Dodgers have given him an early cushion, 5-0. Ground ball to Edman. To Betts. They're only going to get 1, and the Rockies get 1 run.
Good job by Tommy just to make sure he gets the 1 out. No way you're going to turn 2, so just be sure of 1. McCarthy hustling down. Snell just a ground ball away from getting out of this thing without really any damage.
Jordan Beck, who struck out his first time up. McCarthy running for second. Fiducia throws down, not in time, so that takes the double play off the table.
The batter's challenging the pitch.
Also got an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile from Jordan Beck.
Pitch is a strike. Colorado has 1 challenge remaining.
So the Rockies lose a challenge here in the 3rd. '21st stolen base for McCarthy. 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. The Dodgers lead by 4.
Snell retired Beck last time, bounced a curveball.
Sky to shallow left, jogging into Oscar Hernandez. Sullivan tagging at 3rd. He fakes like he's going to run home and decides to hold.
Good job by Blake there, inducing that soft fly ball. Not deep enough. Tarek jumped on the first pitch in his last at bat. If you're Blake, this is the guy you got to be careful about.
Why?
He can handle the bat. He can do a lot of things. He's very aggressive, multi-talented, and really, there's not really a book on him yet.
Flails at a curve in the dirt.
He can look like that on 2 pitches and then waste one. But he can also look like that on 3 pitches as well. And that's just kind of the the nature of his game early on in his career.
So uber athletic. Strike two. .30-pitch third inning for Blake Snell, and he's not yet done. Now he is. Walked the bases loaded, limited the damage to just one.
This time now for tonight's Coca-Cola Grounds Crew Challenge. Taylor is our contestant. Taylor will have to run down the third baseline and third base to the Grounds Crew team. Then run back down the line to left field for a chance to win a Coca-Cola Zero Sugar prize pack. Here's the tricky part, Taylor. How long will you have to make this run? Turn your attention to Rockies vision to find out. We spin the wheel of Rockies legends. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. You get 19.
The first 40,000 fans on August 23rd will take home an exclusive pair of Uniqlo sunglasses presented by Uniqlo. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Dodgers 5, Rockies 1, starting the fourth inning. Tommy Edman. There were a lot of pitches thrown in that third inning. Sugano needed 30. Gave up 4 runs on 4 hits. Snell required 31. Gave up 1 run on no hits. That inning could have very easily gotten away from him and the Dodgers.
But the thing about it is, he done brought that on himself, right? And it's just like that was the walks. The errant pitches, not being able to find the zone, over 30 pitches that inning. And, again, if you really look at this game early on, the Rockies have done him a favor by going out of the zone. And that inning they did. I mean, they didn't go out of the zone, and Blake wasn't offering competitive pitches.
And part of limiting the damage, EK, I'd be curious how you feel about it, is Tommy Edman making the simple play on the ground ball. First the 2-2 pitch, slashes it foul. So the Rockies have the bases loaded, nobody out. A ground ball to him. Infield was playing back. I'm sure everyone's thinking, well, go home, keep the runner off the board. But in that spot, he said, no, we're going to second. We're taking the out, keeping a double play in order.
There may have been only one person on that field that could go home, and that would have been Blake Snell for ERA purposes.
Edman flies one to center field. Right to carry, one away.
I think just, that inning right there was just Blake coming back and making some pitches. But the fact that, look at this, Blake Snell is one of the elite pitchers, elite stuff, and he has the ability to do that. But you don't want to see him dig himself that kind of hole. And the scary thing is he'd gone 6 up, 6 down, and then just walked the next 3 guys and a team that doesn't walk.
Sugano to Teoscar Hernandez. Grounded to Norby.
But through all of this, we also, we want World Series Blake Snell, elite Blake Snell right now. I mean, he gets a pass for, it's going to take some time to get back to where he wants to be. He says he feels great, but the experience level this year has been, next to nil.
Much quicker start to this fourth inning for Sugano than he had in the third. Hunter Fiducia watches strike 1.
Well, this inning too, he's much like he did in the first inning. First pitch strikes to all 3 hitters.
Sugano approaching 37 years of age in his second season in MLB after a storied career in NPB. 12 years with the Yomiuri Giants, an 8-time All-Star, a couple of Sawamura Awards, and 3 Central League MVPs. Now, Miles Michaelis, a veteran right-hander, was teammates with Sugano in Tokyo, and he told MLB.com that when he got to Japan, the advice he was given was to watch Sugano because he is the best that we've got. He's certainly been the best the Rockies have had this year from a starting pitching standpoint. Fledusha goes fishing. A 1-2-3-4. Still 5-1 Dodgers. 3.5 complete. Blake Snell with 3 strikeouts, 4 away from getting you a free jumbo jacket. A Jack in the Box in Los Angeles tomorrow. Dodgers leading Colorado 5-1 in this series opener. Strike 1 fouled by Willie Castro. The Dodgers putting up 5 runs already, EK. And they've scored 4 or fewer in 12 of the last 16.
Thanks to that man right there. 3-run shot. Mookie hitting that RBI double to get things rolling.
Castro chases a change, 0-2.
Yeah, 2 pitches in this at bat, both of them out of the zone, but Castro again chasing. And Snell right now, if he's learned anything, knows that he doesn't have to throw anything near the plate. Good pitch.
Yeah, good pitch.
Yeah.
Castro takes 1-2.
I mean, you could probably live high on a fastball, go up out of the zone.
Spike to curve. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 31 pitches in the 3rd inning. Walked the bases loaded. Was able to hold Colorado to just 1 run. Ground ball to Edman.
After throwing so many out of the zone, that thing was a fastball, 98 miles an hour, but it was absolutely center cut. Castro unable to catch up to it. Hits it weakly to second.
What a year it's been for TJ Rumfield. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Hitting 290s for 121 games in the Rockies organization for the 26-year-old. Tips a slider 1-1.
Been in a logjam with the Yankees. First baseman Goldschmidt, Rice, just kind of backed up there. Traded over to the Rockies and found an opportunity.
Grounds one to second. Edman stops it, and he can't recover in time to make the play. Was trying to make the play before he had the ball.
Well, I think the thing is he had time right there to pick it up. He didn't have to. He thought Rumfield was faster than he is, and Rumfield does not run well. And right here, he just needs to pick it up, take your time, and throw. But he tried to rush right there, unable to make the play. Rumfield gets the base hit.
So Rumfield, a trade acquisition in the offseason. Connor Norby, a deadline acquisition earlier this month. Coming over from the Marlins in a trade for Victor Vodnik. 2 strikes. '60th pitch of the night from Snell. Lifted to left for a hit. 2-strike knock for Norby. Rumfield will hold at second base.
Blake tried to double up right there. Actually triple up. It was a 3rd changeup in a row, and that thing just left that up in the zone, but kind of surprised that he went after him with 3 straight changeups.
This part of the order started off the 3rd. Amador drew a leadoff walk. Sullivan and Tovar followed with free passes of their own. 1st and 2nd, 1 out. 5-1 Dodgers in the 4th. Good first pitch. Snell's 0-2. Breaks low.
Good job by Amador right there. Snell had got him swinging at that pitch twice in his previous at bat. That breaking ball down. He's got him set up though. That fastball away.
That's exactly where he went. Slash foul by Amador. Still 1-2. Try again. Got him. Fastball at the knees.
That's an elite pitch by Blake Snell. He'd worked him away with the fastball. So you've got Amador looking out over the plate. He's also cognizant of that curveball that's in the dirt. And then what does Snell do? You get neither one of those. Going to zip that 97-mile-an-hour fastball right down at the bottom part of the zone inside.
Strike fouled away by Sullivan.
Rockies 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position over the last 2 innings. Snell getting into trouble, but navigating his way out.
Two on, 2 out. 1-1. Snell approaching 70 pitches, 9 in the first, 9 in the second, 31 in the third, and the next one will be the 20th of the fourth. Popped in the air, third base side. Muncy drifting. And there's the final out. A couple of hits don't hurt Snell or the Dodgers. It's still 5-1 Dodgers. And here comes Shohei Ohtani on the other side. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Toyota dealers. We make it easy. Never easy playing a series at Coors Field. Wow, weird stuff can happen. Dodgers hoping the bats would come to life, and so far so good in that regard. 5-1 starting the 5th inning with Shohei Ohtani. First pitch from Sugano. Strike 1. Last time up, an infield single and a run scored. The 0-1. Ohtani blisters the ball the other way, carrying back toward the wall. Gone! A home run! An opposite field shot for Shohei. And the Dodgers are back up by 5.
Little cutter coming in at 89 miles an hour, going out at 105. That's actually not a bad location as far as the pitch, but you see Shohei so strong, gets the extension and goes to one of the deepest parts of the ballpark there. 428 feet.
28th of the year, 10th since July 6th. It's the last 34 games, and he continues to dominate Sugano. Freeman grounds it to second. Brings us to Andy Pages.
Yeah, you want to talk about at-bats and what Dave Roberts is looking for. This is a run-scoring opportunity here. Sugano tries to go down and away, and Andy doesn't bite, even though there's RBIs out there. But what he is doing is he's looking out over the plate. He's looking for something up in the zone. He gets it. Base hit. Oh, and hey, what do we have here? We got a double, Nelly?
Bullet all the way to the left field corner. Multi-hit game for Pages.
Like in that third spot, huh? Been hitting out of position all year.
Well, he really calmed down that 2 spot for a good stretch. The slug has kind of tailed off recently.
Doc was talking all, you know, it's about the approach and the hit. It's not. It's the lineup construction.
Oh, God.
Look at it, Doc.
Don't feed the hungry beast. In scoring position for Max Muncy. Ball 1 low. Last time up, Muncy added to this season-long stat line at Coors Field. 11 for 18. 5 home runs. Went 461 feet into the second deck.
Those aren't bad numbers.
They'll play. That includes a multi-year spell, though, where Muncy really went quiet in terms of his production here. Erupted the last 2 seasons. Rolled to the right side. Pages will get to third. Norby has trouble again. So Dodgers on the corners. And Norby shaking his head after the E4.
That ball didn't come off the bat all that hard. 77 miles an hour, and just taking his eye off of it. It came up on him a little bit.
Mookie Betts comes up to the plate. First pitch swinging. Chased a sweeper, strike 1. Betts got things going for the Dodgers. An RBI double in the second to kickstart the scoring. Now 6-1 the score. Looking for more in the fifth. Sugano's 1-1. Misses downstairs. Paez on third, Muncy on first. Two and two. Activity for Colorado. Mejia starting to warm up. The 2-2 pitch. Blocked by Sullivan. Running the count full. You know, Ike, before today's game, he said what you wanted to see from the Dodgers was put everything aside. Forget about whatever you are working on as an individual. Do something for the team to win a ball game tonight.
Yeah, we've seen that early on. You know, Mookie, his first at bat was huge, hitting that double.
Grounds it to short. Tovar can't handle it. The throw across in time to get Betts, but Paez does score on the play. And it's now 7-1.
We talk about a couple of things that this ball club has done, like the Mookie at bat, the double, that was huge. The Andy Paez at bat with runners on first and third, RBI, huge. The Muncy at bat, fighting off a sinker that was in on the hands, only to get another sinker that he put in the second row. I mean, so some of these at bats, yes, they end up being an individual accomplishment, but they were team at bats. We're trying to win a ball game, and these individuals were rewarded.
Strike one called against Tucker on a pitch that appeared to be comfortably off the plate. Sugano's previous 3 starts, 6 earned runs in 17 2/3. The Dodgers have 7 earned runs hung up on him already. Tucker 0 for 2 tonight. Needs a hit in a bad way. Falls behind 1-2. The straightaway center underneath this one. Carrick camped out. And the final out. Shohei with a leadoff home run to get the 5th started. Dodgers added another after that. 7-1 the lead.
Join the Dodgers for an exclusive Shohei Ohtani Starter Series bobblehead on August 22nd. Presented by Toyo Tires. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
7 runs the first 5 innings for the Dodger offense. They lead by 6 as Snell begins his inning with a swinging strike by Tovar. Oh, 0-2. Tovar walked his first time up. And Coors Field hasn't been Blake Snell's favorite place to pitch in his career entering tonight. 6 games, 1-1 with an ERA of 5.97. Lazy fly ball, shallow left. Betts going back, and Mookie makes the catch. But tonight, we got things started strong. 6 up, 6 down. Kind of lost things for a bit in the third, but just 1 run across. Actually, the first run that the Rockies have scored against Snell since June 11, 2023. Had a 27 inning scoreless run. It's now going back to his days in San Diego.
Certainly not fun to hit against, no matter where he's pitching. He's got the ability at any given time to just go out and
dominate,
put to sleep in offense. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, when he is on, you can hardly touch him.
Right, he's going to be. He's going to get himself into trouble. That's the only thing. I mean, you're not going to go out and just start hitting balls all over the place. And he's going to misfire a few walks, and then maybe somebody will run into something. But man, this guy, when he is right, wow.
His 0-2 to McCarthy. Strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Snell.
And it's one of the reasons why I thought Snell would dominate tonight. Again, the Rockies, their offense predominantly left-handed as far as the contributions. Their right-handed bats, 2 of their main bats are out because of injury tonight. So it wasn't a situation where he was going to have a lot of issues as far as the opposition. It was going to be just how did he feel and how was he going to execute.
Which main bats you talking about?
Well, their left-handed bats are, McCarthy and Moniak and Rumfield, and lefties versus lefties aren't good. And then they have 2 right-handers that are Goodman and Karros are out right now.
That's right. Yeah. Strike 2 goes Snell's way to even the count. There's Goodman.
He was in the lineup too. He was penciled in tonight. He's been penciled the last couple of games, and he's had to pull. He's had a little shoulder issue.
Left shoulder inflammation. So he didn't play any of the 3 games against San Francisco. Thought he'd be able to go tonight, and had to scratch him. Beck flies one to Kyle Tucker. That's a 1-2-3 fifth for Snell. Getting ready for the 6th inning at Coors Field. The Dodgers up on the Rockies 7-1. Pitching change for Colorado. Tomoyuki Sugano is out. Juan Mejia is in.
Yeah, he's had an up and down year. He's had some stretches where he's been really good, and others where things haven't gone so well. He's got a pretty live arm, 97-mile-an-hour 4-seamer. Likes his sweeper, the sinker as well, 96.
Facing the bottom of the Dodger order, strike 1 to Tommy Edman. And the 6 through 9 in the lineup, still looking for the first base runner for the Dodgers. It's been 1 through 5 doing all the work so far tonight.
Somebody's got to make the outs and be here all night, right?
It's a fair point.
I mean, it's a team effort.
Good point. 1-2.
But in all seriousness, the Dodger offense tonight has been how do I want to say it? It's
been
much more encouraging. Yeah, right. You know, forget the 7 runs and just the at-bats, the quality. You know, yes, I'm not going to say everybody, because I know some of them, oh yeah, but what about this guy's at-bat?
Right.
But on the whole, you've seen some, you know, again, just trying to get down to first base, trying to drive a ball out of the park, situational at-bats, a little bit of everything.
Edman fights one shallow right. This will drop. Jam shot bloop to lead off the 6th.
All right, so there you go. Bottom of the order, wanting to get involved right there. And this is the thing about Coors Field. I think that type of base hit, if you can make contact here, that's where you can, you know, really make some hay. The home run thing, you know, again, it's only the 9th best in all of baseball as far as giving up home runs. But as far as batting average, it's #1, and it's because of this expansive outfield.
Right. I think reputation-wise, people just associate the altitude, Coors Field, Denver with the most home runs in baseball.
I mean, it's what do I want to say? That's the lazy way of looking at it now, because if you say that, you're regurgitating something you heard from the 90s, and that's just not the case anymore. Whether it's the humidor, whether it's just the nature of the game, whether it's some of the newer fields that have been built since. But this is not the home run haven that it once was.
Ball and 2 strikes on Teoscar Hernandez, who's 0 for 2 so far tonight. Teo's first 2 years with the Dodgers, he loved coming here. 2024 and 25, but this year it's been a different story. He's 1 for 15 in this park with 6 Ks. Fly ball left field. McCarthy on the cut of the warning track. One away. Edman tagging, and he'll take second. Morongo would like a word.
Win a brand new Mustang GT Fastback August 31st. Morongo.
Third trip to the plate for Hunter Fiducia. Runner on second, 1 out. Takes ball 1 low. Since Fiducia has returned home, his home organization with the Dodgers, you've seen him swing the bat really well. And part of that is getting back to himself. Talking about that toe tap on his front foot, front leg. When he was traded to Tampa, Hunter told me it was suggested to him to get rid of that. So he figured, hey, the Rays are smart, new organization, let's listen to him. But it never felt natural to him. It felt stiff and sort of robotic. So the Dodgers reacquire him this year. Takes strike 2. And Robert Van Scoyoc, Aaron Bates, first meeting with me, they say, so where's the toe tap? Hunter tells them, same story. Like, well, let's get back to it. And now he feels much more comfortable and loose in the box. Bounces 1 to first. He covers 2 away. Edman advances to third. Now back to Ohtani. Last time up. Went to the opposite way.
That pitch, it was a cutter away, and it's not a horrible pitch. But Shohei again made it look like it was a horrible pitch. Put it out in the seats.
Try to send another one to the seats. Strike 1. Two for 3. 2 runs. A 1-1 from Mejia. Tails arm side, ball 2. This ball is absolutely incinerated. Long gone again. Kyle Hurd catches Ohtani's second of the game and 29th of the season. Ball 1 to Freddie Freeman. Let's check in with Kirsten Watson.
Well, you guys, you know that the bullpen plays a game, like to call their shot. So I'm going to break it down for you because there's a chance that Kyle Hurd, if he had called Shohei Ohtani's home run, he may have gotten 10 points for that. It's 10 points if you call it and catch it. 5 points, you lose 5 if you drop it. And then let's see, and it's 1 point for any time you just call the home run. Whether catch it or not, call your shot, they make it, that's a point. So there's a chance he could have racked up some points back there.
That's like the best.
Hey, now Freddie Freeman goes the other way. The extra base hit drought is over. It had gone 18 games without one, the longest drought of his career. He breaks it with a 2-out double here in the 6th.
Just up and out over the plate. Again, that's 2 hitters in a row that he has not been able to execute pitches. And Dodgers have basically executed him on the mound with that bomb to the bullpen and that thing into the corner. So, like, I think the question for me right now is, what do you get with those points?
Ooh.
You know, it's like I remember you go to Chuck E. Cheese and you got those little raffle tickets and you turn them in, you got something. Like, what do you get for these points?
Well, you get
a lot of doubles there, huh?
Yeah, he breaks a tie with Bobby Abreu and Charlie Gehringer on the 24th most doubles in the history of the major leagues. Freddie Freeman. Kyle Hurd went from dancing and celebrating and now kicking back.
He's got 10 points.
That's right.
But what
potentially.
Well, but what are 10 points?
Well,
like, what do 10 points give me?
Kirsten's going to run out between innings and ask Bardo herself. You're welcome, Kirsten.
I don't know what I got, but I got 10 points, right, boys.
What do you got? No points.
Guys, what I can tell you is that Evan Phillips won a few years ago. I have a feeling that there is some maybe money on the line of sorts. But the points add up as the year goes on. And he won at the time. He only had 13 points, and I want to say that was like August a few years ago.
Okay.
So you got to keep racking them up.
Cannot settle. Dodgers leading 9-1. Freeman on second for Pages. 23rd pitch of the inning from Mejia. An 0-2 pitch. Pages grounds it up the middle into center field for a base hit. This is going to give the Dodgers double digits as the throw is cut off. So Andy Pages with a 3-hit night.
I mean, look, forget the 3-hit night. There have been 2 ridiculous at-bats. The first one and that one right there. That's an 0-2 pitch right there. And Andy shortening him. He's shortening up. He's not getting greedy. He's just trying to put the ball in play. He's got an RBI out there. What does he do? He drives him in. And Dave's got to be elated with what he's seen tonight, because we haven't seen this type of production, or I'm going to say fight at the plate in a while. This team as a unit can answer the bell. Yeah, they really have. I mean,
Dave Roberts was pointed in his criticism on Sunday, and he and the coaches were given a directive before this series in Colorado. It's time. Now is go time, and we're going to start holding players accountable. How do they respond? 10 runs in 5 2/3 innings. Two balls and a strike for Muncy.
And I get it. You know, there are people who are going to say, well, it's Colorado and the pitching staff isn't, you know, that great, and this and that. But the bottom line is you still got to go out and do it. And the Dodgers have gone out and done it this evening.
Ball 3 just misses inside. Ripped to center. Muncy's got another knock. TJ Shook was just called up today. Michael Lorenzen DFA'd by the Rockies. He's getting hot in the pen. Mejia, the lengthy inning. 2 on, 2 out for Betts.
Last time the Dodgers scored 10+ runs, you have to go back to July 2nd against the San Diego Padres.
Oh, 1-2. Look out, ball and 2 strikes. Plenty of support for that man. Blake Snell is waiting to return to the mound. Betts to center. It's going to hang up though. Carrick makes the catch. 2 stranded, but 3 in. Ohtani to the Dodger pen. Well, Kyle Hurt made the catch. Back for the bottom of the 6th at Coors Field. The Dodgers 10 and the Rockies 1. Look out, Blake Snell. Tower buzz. Picked by Edman. Throws falling away. Oh, baby, what a play by Tommy.
Message heard loud and clear by the Dodgers. That's a great defensive play. It's a 10-1 ball game. And you could easily be out there just, all right, if it's hit at me, I'll get it. But Blake Snell loving that. It's a heck of a play by Tommy. Heck of a play.
Kirsten Watson said in our open, the challenge from Dave Roberts was not just offensively, it was defensively. And Edman had a part. Another rough outing on Sunday in the series finale against the Brewers.
Well, yeah. I mean,
he's been playing the heck out of second
base. Yeah, he's been playing the heck, and even like I'd even say yesterday that, you know, that play, the shortstop, the flip, and you know that I've been down on the field getting a flip from somebody from just a couple feet away, and it's, I don't know about Tommy getting that E. You know, I mean, he has been dynamic, and You know, you look at his fielding, and he's been great.
Popped in the air toward Freddie Freeman.
Yeah, and that was just a difficult play yesterday.
Two outs in the sixth. The Dodgers giving plenty of breathing room for Snell to just continue to work, because EK, as you said earlier, you know, he just came back off the nanoneedle surgery against the Royals, against the Rockies, but this is in Coors, and really he's just trying to improve his feel for a guy who said he lost feeling in his fingers because of those loose bodies.
Yeah, I think if anything, you go back to that third inning, and that was, you know, the real growth, or the real, okay, let me get acclimated, because he put himself in a jam, but he was able to pitch himself out of it. You know, but like we've said, this matchup tonight completely favored Blake Snell. I mean, this was, you know, I know you're not going to say many times there's a soft landing spot in a game at Coors Field, but this was a soft landing spot.
One and two on Rumfield. First baseman is 1 for 2 with an infield hit. The last 7 retired by Snell, as we saw Alex Vesia starting to warm up in the Dodger pen. Ooh, another one stopped by Betts on a dive. The throw from his knees. The pick from Freddie. The Dodger defense dazzling in Denver. Back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by Jack in the Box. Jack's new Philly-style bonus Jack combo. Shaved steak, grilled onions and peppers, and melty cheese, starting at $5.49. Blake Snell got handshakes and hugs in the Dodger dugout as Kyle Tucker grounds the first pitch of the 7th. One out for TJ Shook. Tucker was the lone Dodger to not bat in the 6th inning. Dodgers have scored in 4 of the first 6. 3 crooked numbers, 4 in the 3rd, 2 in the 5th, and 3 in the 6th to take this 10-1 lead. A strike to Edman. Singled and scored his last time up. Called ball 1. ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile coming from Brett Sullivan, the catcher. Rockies have 1 left. And they keep 1.
Pitch to the strike. Colorado has 1 remaining.
Fly to left. Zach Veen fresh into the game. Ball finds him 2 away. That play routine, ones you saw from the Dodgers in the last half inning, not as much.
No, some great defense up the middle. Tommy Edman going hard to his right, and then Mookie Betts going to his left from his knees. A strong throw. Freddie picking it out of the dirt. And this is a 10-1 ball game. This is when your mind, you know, you're thinking about your offense. You start to wander a little bit. The way the Dodgers have looked tonight, the way they've played, you know, you're not sitting there at home going, oh man, this postseason's not going to be good. Uh-oh. You know, we've heard a lot of that lately. But that's the beauty of this team. Is there's another month and a half to go, and you know things are going to sort themselves out. And barring any type of injury, again, taking this group time after time after time. If I had to pick anybody. And I get it, you know, anything can happen in the postseason, but the experience, the ability, the potential of what this club is going to look like. Third World Series looks very attainable. Of course it does, EK.
2 outs and 2 strikes. Dodgers go down in order in the 7th. We go to the 7th inning stretch, brought to you by Sit and Sleep, SoCal's most trusted mattress store. Of course, EK, of course.
Be one of the first 40,000 fans on August 21st and take home this exclusive Luka Doncic bobblehead. Visit Dodgers.com/promotions for more information.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Jacoby and Myers. Alex Vestia enters as Blake Snell exits. 6 strong from Snell, just 1 run on 2 hits, walked 3. Was in order starting the 3rd inning. Struck out 5, 90 pitches, 64 strikes. You see Vesia's numbers on the year. Popped in the air, shallow right. Freeman running back. Tucker coming in. It's Tucker's ball. Oh, and he drops it. Oh no.
Oh, he gets there, he's just not sure. And then that's just all heel of the glove, and it just continues. They score that as a hit?
No way.
They score over there? I don't see it. There
okay,
it is.
fine.
Okay, got it. I mean, that's just, it's, you know, I understand like fans aren't going to sympathize, but that is a lonely feeling. And, you know, regardless of Mookie making a nice play, regardless of the economics, you know, there's nobody that is feeling worse right now than that man right there. And, you know, he's talking to himself. He's wondering how could it have got to this point. And whether it's the hitting, whether it's the fielding, it's clearly between the ears. And you know, I know a lot of people are just want to scream and yell, but that's not going to help. And it's, you know, people have a lot of suggestions, but there's also the, you know, I mean, I'd have a sore back and I'd go to Arizona and I'd see you in a couple weeks and go work on some things, get a reset, because it's clearly not getting better up here, and I'd argue it might even be getting worse as far as, you know, where he is in a headspace. And I said, as a former player, you can't help but feel for the guy. You don't wish this upon anyone.
No. Ball and 2 strikes on Sullivan. 1 on 1 out in the 7th inning. And the reason why Kyle Tucker had garnered so much attention and interest of the last couple years, even his final year in Houston before the Astros traded him to the Cubs, and certainly as a free agent, is because of his all-around impact, right? Not just the fact that he could hit, but he can run and he could play in the field. Obviously, the offensive drop-off this season has been well documented. A career worst season across the board. Softer contact when he is swinging at the ball, fewer walks, more strikeouts, but it's also bled onto the field. Makes the catch, tagging at third, throw in, not in time. Norby scores after reaching on Tucker's error, but he was entering this series, Tucker, -8 defensive run saves, -7 in outs above average, and just 7 stolen bases. So every facet of his game, which helped him earn the contract that the Dodgers signed him to, has fallen off. And so just to get it back to your point about it between the
I mean, this game is as mental as anything. And once it starts to filter, it's hard to stop it once it starts spreading. I mean, you know, you're having conversations with yourself out there right now. And it's like, you know, in his mind, it's like he can't buy a break.
Tovar flies it down the left field line, and Teo tracks it down. So Vesia, despite the error of the run, just 10 pitches in the 7th. Now 10-2. You're watching back-to-back world champion Dodgers baseball on Sportsnet LA, and it's brought to you by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Less than 90 minutes from wherever you are. Good times. Another inning for TJ Shook facing Fiducia, Ohtani, and Freeman. So he almost just tripped on the top step of the dugout, but he's all right, everybody. He's okay. Fiducia hitless so far tonight in 3 tries.
What do we got? Eric Lauer tomorrow night, right?
Yep. Against Ryan Feltner, and then it's Roki Sasaki against Kyle Freeland.
Okay. Lauer's thrown here in this ballpark and threw well. And again, another lefty, and the lefties, again, assuming Goodman might be in the lineup tomorrow, but then you neutralize a lot of the left-handed bats for Colorado.
Fiducia flies out, 1 gone in the 8th. Now can Ohtani keep his home run streak going? He's going deep in back-to-back at-bats.
I mean, that's asking a lot from a mortal, but Shohei, I mean, I don't know why not.
Now, Josh Baez of the St. Louis Cardinals the other day at Wrigley Field. There's 3 big league at bats, 3 homers.
See what he did the next day?
Yeah.
First home run, too, I think it was like 450 feet.
The top of the order has been handling business tonight. 11 for 19, 6 extra base hits. They've driven in all 10 Dodger runs. Ball and 2 strikes. It's actually the first time since May 31st of last year that the top 4 of the Dodgers lineup all had multiple hits. Flips it to center. Down for a hit. And then trouble from Carrig. Ohtani takes an extra base. His 4th hit. Heads up base running from Shohei.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably got to be a single and then an error on the center fielder. We'll see how they score it here in Colorado. But that definitely is an error. And you see Shohei, he's just cruising into first. But see, this is the difference between the 2 ball clubs. I get it, one team is ahead 10-2, but the defense has been continued elite. The Dodgers have continued to stay in this ball game. Now, granted, Kyle Tucker, that's a whole separate thing, but Tommy Edman, great play. Mookie, a great play. But Colorado just, I mean, it's a young team, inexperienced. That play right there, though.
So Ohtani in scoring position for Freddie, who's 2 for 4. Got the batting average at 300. So we talked about the outset of the ball game. And that's all the motivation he needs. Only half kidding. First 4-hit game of the season for number 17. Freddie slices it down the left field line. This will be his 3rd hit. 2 hops off the wall. Ohtani scores. Freeman turns things up to 11. So he goes 18 games without a single extra base hit, and then doubles in back-to-back plate appearances.
Yeah, the same type of swing, right? Same type of ball, same type of trajectory.
Now 2 away from matching Wade Boggs. One and 2 for Pages, trying to keep pace with Shohei. Three for 4, couple runs, couple driven in. Three and 1. Full count. Tell you one thing, just looking at Doc down there. Recently, a lot of the cutaways to him, and sitting back in his chair, kind of slunched down, arms folded, and a blank stare. But he's been standing up, really engaged, hands on hips in this one. Is able to check his swing and work a walk.
I mean, I'm looking at him, and I think if anything, I would say he still looks like he's intense, and he's still like, we're not letting up, because I haven't seen any smiles, and I haven't seen, you know, when guys coming in, I haven't seen that like smiling and patting. This is all business, and it's all business, and it's, you know, he was dead serious, and even, you know, us meeting him, you know, before the game and talking to him a little while in the office. I mean, I'm not sure I've seen a smile this evening. No. And there have been a lot of good things, but he's all like, hey, Miggy, can you pitch tonight? Yeah, sure. All right. You think that's a pitching, or do you think it's a position?
I think it's pitching.
I mean, actually, he can't be. It's an 8th. He's in here. Yeah, Evan's going to come in. He's going to probably go in at a position.
Maybe.
Who are you getting off? Mookie getting off his feet?
I think I wouldn't be surprised if a few of them. And Doc and Danny Lehman perhaps going through that right now. First and second, 1 out. Dodgers leading 11-2. The top of the 8th. Muncy flies it to center. Carrick makes the catch. The runners stay. And Kirsten Watson telling us that there is a lot of shuffling and movement down there. So Expect to see some new faces for the bottom of the 8th.
How about this? The Dodgers offense in that Milwaukee series? 10 runs in 4 games tonight. 11 runs. And I get it. I get it. You know, you're comparing apples to something else, but
milk.
It's still just good to see. Milk?
Yeah.
Say apples to milk?
Milk. It kind of was left on the counter, I think. Respectfully. Popped into right. Inning over, but another run scratched across. Don't forget, after the game, it's Access Sportsnet Dodgers presented by Mercury Insurance. John Hartung with Jerry Harrison Jr. and Dontrell Willis. He says we're rocking. Yeah, the Dodgers certainly are. 11 runs and 14 hits. They lead by 9, need 6 more outs. Kike Hernandez comes off the bench, takes over at first base for Freddie Freeman. Miguel Rojas now at short. Mookie Betts is done, as is Teoscar Hernandez. Alex Call takes his place. And here's Evan Phillips. First plate appearance for Zach Veen tonight. First pitch in the air, left field side. Muncy hustling after it, but not going to get there. Side, the Rockies with 2 runs on 2 hits. And just to be clear, the runs did not come in on the hits. So ground out and a sacrifice fly. 2 hits were singles back to back in the 4th, and one of them an infield hit off Blake Snell.
Yeah, the ground ball to Tommy Edman that he made a great play, and then he went to make the throw, and he didn't have a handle on it, and he had time. And the other was a soft 0-2 changeup that was hit to left field.
Strike 3. Zach Veen throws out an ABS challenge powered by T-Mobile. Rockies keep their last challenge. No.
Pitch is a strike. Colorado's out of challenge.
Back flies the first pitch high in the air, left center field. Pages makes the catch. Really got to the warning track, deepest part of the yard. 2 away in the 8th. Ball downstairs on Carrick. Last time up, got robbed of a hit by Tommy Edman. Broken bat, a roll to first. Kike will make the play by himself. The barrel ended up in shallow right. It's a 1-2-3-8 for Evan Phillips. Still 11-2 LA. Looking at the road ahead, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz. 2 more here at Coors Field. Off day on Thursday. 3-game series at home against the Pirates, and then right back on the road. Is it Atlanta, Detroit? Position player pitching for Colorado, and Tucker grounds out. Now Tucker 0 for 5. You know, EK. I'm just spitballing here. I'm spitballing. Maybe I think you, Adrian Gonzalez, Gibby, Casey Blake, Robin Ventura, Jason Hayward back with the organization. Just get together. Let's get some sage on the number 23. I mean, no stone shall be left unturned.
I don't know if that's enough.
All right,
you may have to go extremes. I honestly think the best thing right now is a reset, and I don't care. This organization has done it in the past, and I've seen it. It's Cody Bellinger, Chris Taylor, and look, you've got a month and a half, and you've tried things here, and like I said, I think you need a reset. I think you need to, go to Arizona and start working on some things, change some things, kind of
like out of the game situation.
Out of the game, this is just not. It's not ideal, and it's not working. And I don't care. You've got to remove all of the, hey, he was a free agent sign. Hey, he's this. Hey, he's that. What you have in front of you is you have a guy that is struggling, that is uber talented, and can be one of the best players in the game. But things have, it's not just at the plate. It's out in the field. It's everywhere. And look, I'd talk to him. I'd have that discussion and see if he's receptive to it. But I just feel like this is just it's spinning wheels, and it's arguably making it tougher to come out and be the all-star player that he is. Your comments, sir.
No, I hear you. I mean, just to give, and your point is well made, just giving him a chance to kind of pull out of a tailspin before it's too late. Because, we had similar conversations about other players in the past.
Yeah.
Where the regular season is lost, but if they come through, a big hit or two in the postseason, all of that can be wiped away.
100%.
Fiducia walks. Edmund to second. Shohei's evening is done. Here's Ben Rortvedt. 2-2 for Rortvedt. On the ground is short. To the bottom of the ninth we go. The Dodgers leading by 9. Baseball on Sportsnet LA is brought to you by your Southern California Ford dealers. Discover the complete Ford lineup, rugged, stylish, and powerful trucks and SUVs engineered for your adventures. Dodgers 11, Rockies 2. Need 3 more outs to open the series with the victory. 14 hits for the Dodgers, 2 for Colorado. Taking a peek at the out-of-town scoreboard, Atlanta lost in Minnesota 4-2 as the Dodgers now pull even with Atlanta for that second first-round bye. Pending the result here, obviously the Dodgers will jump a half game in front. If Edwin Diaz can get the final 3 outs, pitching in an 11-2 game.
You did not say if.
When?
Okay.
Edwin Diaz gets 3 more outs in an 11-2 game. Also, San Diego lost tonight 2-1. Arizona was beaten as well 11-1. A bigger question is what's going on with Ketel Marte. Reportedly did not show up for the Diamondbacks game against Boston and so was placed on the restricted list. Milwaukee was off today. And that's a leadoff base hit for Willie Castro. Diaz pitched back-to-back nights the first 2 games against Milwaukee. 24 pitches in the first one, blew the save and took the loss. And then 26 pitches the very next night. Did hang on for his 7th save of the year. Dave Robertson, the Dodgers, and Edwin Diaz himself have said that they are working on some very specific things to try and get him back on track. They've identified some stuff. They've implemented some of those changes into his work. First 2 aboard as he hits Rumfield in a 2-strike count.
Well, what you certainly don't want tonight is to up that pitch count if you're Diaz. Don't want to make yourself unavailable for tomorrow.
Near to center, Pages stumbles a little bit, is able to keep his feet, make the catch. Castro goes from second to third.
Okay, that was nice. That was efficient right there. Get a ground ball, roll 2, and celebrate.
Looking at the box score and the line score so far for the Dodgers, it underscores perhaps the biggest if for this team. As Amador singles into center to score a run, now 11-3. The Dodgers lead cut to 8. 11 runs for LA on 14 hits. A night where Kyle Tucker and Teoscar Hernandez combined to go 0 for 9 at the plate. The if at least Just one of those guys gets back to his level. It's a game changer. Ball one down and in on Brett Sullivan.
Well, it's just like you were talking about, but with those guys and with anybody on this ball club, there is a runway here of another month and a half. And, you know, that's the luxury of being the Dodgers and having the lead. And you're going to get opportunities to get right. But at the end of the day, it rests on your shoulders. Dave Roberts and the organization, they don't make the decisions. Your play and how you do make the decisions for them.
Ground ball off the right side of the mound. That's into center field for a hit. The Rockies will go station to station, and the bases are now loaded against Diaz in the ninth.
All right, so now we got 12 pitches here, and you know this is just not what anybody was looking for, and that's
13.
Yeah, I mean we've seen the intensity all night long, and now that intensity from Dave Roberts is turning into a little more than intensity.
Ball one on Tovar.
You know, if you're Colorado right now, you're playing for the next 2 nights, and you're trying to make Diaz's time as miserable as possible.
It has been a miserable month for Diaz already. 5 innings in August, 19 base runners against him.
Well, I think in general we've said it, whether it's Diaz, whether it's Kyle Tucker, whether it's Teoscar, they're going to have their opportunity to get right. The issue comes is if it doesn't get better, then it's like
the conversation changes.
Now what do we got?
Full count. Nowhere to put Tovar. Fly to left, call over, catch made, 2 away. Rumfield tags and scores on the sac fly. 11-4. First pitch of the ninth from Diaz. This is inside on Zach Veen. That is ripped to right field. That's going to go all the way to the wall. 1 run is in on the RBI double from Veen. 9th inning not getting any better for Diaz. And the lead shrinks. And what this does is force the Dodgers to get Tanner Scott up in the pen. Ay. Fly to right. That's a win for LA. The Dodger offense erupts for 14 hits, 11 runs, couple of really strong plays from the defense as well. Blake Snell, 6 strong, and ultimately a series opening win.
Yeah, winning the big leagues is always great, but I don't know that the Dodgers are going to walk away from this thing feeling great. And, you know, there were a lot of things that were good, a lot of things that went well, but there were some things tonight that if you're a Dodger fan and you're in the organization, you got to take pause. And again, you keep telling yourself that this is August. It's another day closer to the postseason, but there are still some questions.
Still work to be done. Another ball game tomorrow. Eric Lauer goes for the Dodgers. Ryan Feltner for the Rockies as LA tries to clinch the series. XX Sport Dead Dodgers is next. They'll break this one down for Eric Karros, Kirsten Watson, and our crew. Mike Levy producing, Ben Dillenberger directing. I'm Steven Nelson. So long. We'll see you tomorrow.